I never thought in a million years that these people, as much as I dislike them, would intentionally include a sword and a call out. They had a sword that looked like a video. I know it's an anime thing, but maybe we'll be a little more careful. Zoom in on the hilt. Dude, you're being an activist. You're wearing a Palestine scarf, which is great, but don't do it with, like, look how close the is to the Palestine scarf. Here he is buying the sword at an anime expo.
This one's sicker. Wait, that's a little sus. Immediately goes for this one, got it.
Sorry, Hasan, can you say that one more time for me? And I mean, is it a coincidence that Ian really shaved his head just before doing this video and he's holding a swap one? I mean, free Palestine? Really, bro? We can free Palestine without being
Hasan is real cooking this one. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're having a better evening than I am, because I'm here still making a goddamn video. I'm back to talk about the Ethan and Hasan and Ian drama one more time. I already covered the video that Ethan made. However, he just dropped a hot new video where he accused Hasan and his goons of intentionally making an edgy anti-Semitic joke. For context, this is a picture that Ian posted on his Instagram where he's wearing a Free Palestine banner while also holding a katana with a swastika. Yep, that's right. Now I saw this before, but I was being a bit too charitable with them, being like, oh, they're gonna say it's a Hindu version, which, yeah, whatever. But in this video, it got me thinking that maybe it's just some intentionally disgusting edgy joke, and that's what it is. So I'm gonna watch Evan's video while also pointing out some parts that I don't agree with, because another drama viewer made a pretty good point that convinced me to get on camera for all you lovely people and talk about this. Also, by the way, he made the title like very most critical. Idubbbz and Hasan's situation keeps getting worse. Let me play the intro real quick.
Hey guys, Ethan here.
Hey guys.
I never thought in a million years that these people, as much as I dislike them, would intentionally include a swastika and a call out. I really wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt, but if you watch this entire video, you will come to the same conclusion I did, which is that this is almost certainly an intentional dog whistle. These guys knew exactly what they're doing. Well, listen to what I have to say, and then you guys can tell me in the comments if you think I'm being dramatic or not.
No, I'll talk about it. Yeah, I think the first issue that I came across with this video was the label dog whistle. In my mind, that may seem, way more slanderous, but you see later in the video what maybe, join his side as it being like an edgy joke. I think, this picture, the inclusion of the swastika was way more of like an edgy joke than anything else. But let me pull up the clips that even used to prove that Hasan intentionally, either Hasan or anyone in this picture, Ian, Sean the Black, Frogan Denims, they intentionally did this, to, make it anti-Semitic, offend Ethan. The first point that he harked on quite a bit is that there's no way that Hasan used the Hindu version of a swastika because he never watched Bleach, and he has no acknowledgement of that, which I don't really agree with, but let me pull the clip.
To be fair, this sword belongs to this dude, Ichigo. And he's got a badass sword. Got like a Hindu symbol, which they also fuck with the Swazi over there. Not in like, the anti-Semitic way, just in the vibes way, right? So, I mean, here's what it looks like in the anime, and I mean, that's right, that's a swastika. Those Nazis really ruined what was otherwise a really cool symbol, right?
Yes,
but the Hindus use this, Buddhists use this, it's not just the Nazis, and that's the reference that they're making on Bleach. So here's the first conversation that we have about the sword on the...
And I'll just fast forward real quick, and then from there I'll pull up the first clip that he brought up, where I think Hasan went to an anime con, like last year, and he said he didn't watch Bleach. Let me pull it real quick.
Buddy,
That guy is... That's Isaac, Bleach. Oh, I don't watch Bleach.
Doesn't watch Bleach. Now this video is from 8 months ago, right? So, I mean, listen, it's been almost a year. So we continue to look to see, hey, is he a fan of Bleach? This one's from 4 months ago, which is pretty dang recent.
Pretty damn recent. Let me skip you that.
No, this is from 4 months ago. No, what does he say?
Do you watch Bleach? I do not.
So 4 months ago, he's not a Bleach fan.
Yeah, that's crazy. However, if there's one thing I really hate, it's just like clips from quite a while ago, like 4 months, pretty recent, but like I feel like 4 months is enough time, for him to know of the Hindu connotations of the swastika. But I'll surely why I cut you aside, because just showing clips I didn't watch Bleach, in my opinion, initially it was enough to convince me. But let me show the rest of his arsenal, the rest I even had to show for this.
Here he is buying the sword at an anime expo.
You know what? I want the normal, this one. The normal one without the... This one's sicker. Wait, that's a little sus.
So he points to the swastika hilt and says that's a little sus. At this point, I feel like you can pretty much conclude that he was talking about the shape of the swastika. Although I think that Hasan fans and Hasan himself would still deny it, saying it's a Buddhist symbol. I was talking about something else, whatever, yada yada.
That is 200%. And in the next clip, what we have?
From July 2023.
Immediately goes for the swastika one. Got it.
I like this already much better.
You're the one who owns
Do you remember when we did that designer clothes stream?
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Hasan, can you say that one more time for me?
That's a back. That's like a bag.
Oh okay.
Yeah. Immediately goes for the swastika one. Got it.
I like this.
Now this one was pretty bad, 'cause, he showed that even back in 23, he did, he put emphasis on the fact that it's a swastika, and people here, in America, or the West, in Europe, whatever, we acknowledge it as the Nazi iteration. Very few people would see that, the fucking the lines, whatever, and they would be like, oh, it's the Hindu version. Only a couple of people in Asia, maybe, but here in, the West, yeah, we see that, we think of Hitler, Nazis, the Holocaust, all that bad stuff, and to be fair, I agree with that. My one gripe with those clips before was that he really leveraged the fact that, there's no way he knew about the Hindu version because he didn't watch Bleach. In my opinion, you could find about the Hindu iteration from other stuff, apart from Bleach. I don't think Bleach invented a Hinduism or Buddhism, wherever it came from. There's other ways to learn about it. However, if it was a clip, of Hasan saying like, what the fuck is a Hindu swastika? Never heard of that. I know about the Nazi one. That would be much worse. But just using clips, where he said that I didn't watch Bleach, in my opinion, initially, it wasn't enough. But I digress. But the part that really convinced me that this was like an edgy joke, an intentionally edgy joke, was the last couple of minutes where he really broke down, be like, okay, let's be super charitable. There's no way they had no idea about it. I think even made a pretty good point. I'll play it for a second.
Every step of the way. But here is, and I mean, is it a coincidence that Ian really shaved his head just before doing this video and he's holding a swastika?
I made that fucking joke in my video, he's got a fucking shaved head, a plain white t-shirt, and a silver tooth. What was his fit for the day?
I mean, free Palestine, really, bro? The movement doesn't need this, okay? We can free Palestine without being a Nazi.
Me, on the other hand, I look so cool.
I have some dope attire on.
Yeah, did you buy this here?
Yeah, I was buying another one that was black because I thought it matched my outfit, and then it had a swastika, and I was like, oh.
Ludwig saw the sword, and he's like, oh, it has a swastika. So clearly, it's the first thing everybody notices about this sword. It's not subtle at all. So...
Okay. As I was saying right
what
now,
do we think?
In my opinion, I was considering this, okay, like let's say best case scenario, right? There's no way that there was 5 people, I'm pretty sure Hasan's behind the camera, there's no way that 5 people were there and not a single one raised their hands and being like, okay, wait a second, we probably ought not to flaunt this swastika around in this picture we were wearing Free Palestine, especially when it's directed to a Jew, even Klein. So let's say, best person, I'm gonna say Frogan. I think Frogan right now might be the best one. I mean, compared to the Psychos, Denims, Ian and Sean the Black, probably the best right now. Piece of shit, but by comparison, even if one person was like, we probably ought not do this, the fact that they all got together to give the go-ahead, that's mind-blowing to me, After the second rewatch, I was like, my god, he's got a good point. It's just some disgusting edgy joke.
Right? I mean, what do we think? Okay? Yeah, fuck you guys too, okay? How about you fucking Nazis? How about that? Guys, if you got an alternate theory, please let me know. But as far as I can tell, this ain't no coincidence. And by the way, he's holding it in such a way that makes the swastika pretty apparent. Why did you choose that one, buddy?
I was gonna say as well. Okay, let's be super charitable to them, right? Why pick this one out of the 1, 2, 3 other swords? Maybe this was the one unhilted one with the actual blade, whatever. Any rational person, any good faith person would pick, a sheathed katana than the one with the bold swastika on it. My god.
Well, this is the white save.
I think, getting the theory of it being like a really bad taste, edgy joke is way more believable than like a dog whistle. Like the term he used initially in the intro, dog whistle, was a bit too slanderous in my opinion. But an edgy joke, I can get behind that.
You're Ian, who's just found...
These people have been nothing but like fucking maniacs for the past year, whatever, yeah, they would make that kind of joke.
Empathy, unless you're Jewish, of course. Someone should explain this because it does not look good. This is your friend Ethan Klein saying, Jews will not replace us. Oh, sorry. I think that's Ian's line. Saying good night and farewell. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, let me break down, the tweet I saw initially, and it can be like, okay, you know what, I think it's just an edgy joke. Maybe not a dog whistle, a very serious one, but an edgy joke, definitely. Let me give me a second. Yeah, it was this one, where it was a guy called Quick Shogun, and he posted that, and I said, I'm gonna be frank, it's not good. He levies a Hasan and gang, intentionally used a swastika without knowing there was a Hindu version, because he didn't watch Bleach. At no point does he consider that the possibility that he learned of it as the meaning off camera, because the most recent clip he had was for 4 months ago. And I even clarified, with that said, I do think they are moronic for considering that the offense and using it. I just don't agree that it's a dog whistle, and not even Hasan's goons would be that dumb. And this person, this was the good drama viewer, Hasan refers to it as a swastika sword on camera. Are you referring to the clip of the Anime Con 8 months ago, or the I Did a Sing collab 2 years ago? Because I'm sorry, but both of those is enough time for Hasan to have learned the Hindu version. Again, not defending the moronic oversight on the Instagram pig, but dog whistle is too far. And I think it's this one, yeah. In the West, no one cares about the Hindu version. Hasan works in politics, he's more than aware of the optics. It's an edgy joke in my opinion, like how he leans into the I'm a terrorist look when he gets called a terrorist supporter. That is true, 100% true, to trigger the people accusing him. And that was like, where I can see it, being like, you know what, I want you to get behind that it was an edgy joke against you, I'm a terrorist. Maybe I took even too serious with dog whistle and thought it was a bit too slanderous. And there you go. I think edgy joke would definitely be the idea, because they also made another good point saying that that's how I see it at least. But I do think it's a worth pointing out that because Hasan would never give any such charitability to anyone else if they had the same sword. That is so goddamn true. If Ethan, fucking Idubbbz or Dems, I believe, they were using that clip of Ethan throwing a salute as a bad way, when he's mocking fucking Elon Musk. They have like no shareability left in the heart at all, especially after the cyber tier list stuff. It speaks to the political team, sports, mentality, and hypocrisy too, in my opinion. That's a very good point. So after, watching that video a second time and that tweet, that reply, yeah, to be honest, I think those scumbags, all five of them, they intentionally did it to be an edgy joke, especially because they have like the easiest out being like, oh no, you fucking bigots, it's the Hindu version. How do you not consider? Are you not an anime connoisseur? It's the Hindu version, you bigot. So far I put down like 500 pounds on a bet that Hasan would show up like the next stream tomorrow and be like, no, it's the Hindu version. That could be possible. However, please, if you're a rational person, look at that video and this one as well, and please, tell yourself, was it like a really bad accident, or were they making like a disgusting edgy joke? Let me know in the comments down below. But apart from that, I wish all of you guys a lovely night, and I'll see you next time. Love you all.